excuse me, Ethan Driscoll is ill. He won't practice today. And then Nazi, who's getting better with the concussion part of it, can do the walkthroughs. He did that. Is getting better. That he won't practice. So, and then Juju won't practice, but making progress. Mike Dano will be out there, and he will practice. Look forward to the challenge of playing Tampa Bay. We know they're a good football team, very well coached. I mean, Todd does a heck of a job with that crew. Excuse me. Along with his coordinators, they're all top-notch guys, and both offensively, defensively, and special teams. They're doing well. So we look forward to that, again, that challenge of prepping ourselves this week to get ready to play them. So on Monday night in particular, right here at GH Field at Arrowhead. So anyways, with that, time's yours.
What role do you see for Josh Uche?
Yeah, so we've had the benefit of having played against him. So we know he's a very aggressive, good pass rusher and good all-around player, but good pass rusher. So we'll work him in with the defensive line, rotation-wise, as long as he can handle everything. And I wouldn't expect that he wouldn't. So, but he'll start today working in there and getting used to what we do.
Do you think he'll play on Monday?
Yeah, I think there's a good chance. We'll see, though.
And is there any update on Pacheco and whether or not he's getting close to activating him?
He's getting there, but he's doing fantastic. I mean, he's really doing well, but we just, between the trainers and doctors and all of that, that's out of my hands there. So, but he's making great progress there.
Same kind of question also about Charles Minikue.
Charles doing a good job too, working his tail off. Again, the surgeons that do their jobs, they have the feel of it, and so they're constantly evaluating these guys. And when they're ready to go, they're ready to go. I mean, that's how I look at it. But he's getting closer to answer both your questions, and both of them are. So.
What was your need for a guy like Uche? Were you pretty happy with your pass rush when you guys weren't blitzing?
Yeah, no, we know how important that position is, and adding him into the mix there, I think, is something that helps us as a football team. So I tell you, that's why we did that.
And going into this year, you guys really wanted to exploit more of the deep passing game. You obviously don't have the personnel, but you have. Just the fact that really hasn't been unlocked, is that the result of that personnel, what defenses are still doing too? How do you just assess that situation?
Yeah, I mean, defenses are doing a nice job with their shell coverage, which is allowing us to gain a lot of yards underneath. But I mean, it's just not the big chunk plays. So I'm okay with whatever they present. We defensively, we've got to use what we have there.
Andy, with an offensive coordinator like Liam Cohen, what have you kind of seen from him as a play caller? Have you got to kind of talk and interact with him over the years?
No, I haven't. I don't really know him like that, but he's. I think he's doing a fantastic job. Their offense is very efficient. Their quarterback is playing great, and he lost two of his primary guys. I mean, he keeps rolling. So the guys that they have in are a little bit smaller guys, very, very fast, and they've got these running backs that are top notch, and not just one of them. They've got a couple of them. So they've got a real good offense, and he uses all of them. Liam does, I'm saying.
You've gotten to be around DeAndre for a little bit longer now. He was pretty late getting here last week. What have you kind of learned about him in meetings and what you saw from him last week?
DeAndre, yeah, he's really handled things the right way. Been very diligent on studying and asking questions, and staying late, coming early, the whole deal there. So his role will continue to increase this week. I mean, we're comfortable with that, and I think he's comfortable with it.
Coach, where does it stand with the left tackle position? Do you feel comfortable with Wanye, or is there a temptation to maybe go back and give Kingsley a try?
Yeah, we'll see. Listen, we feel both of them can be starters, so we're just right now it's going to stay Wanye, but I mean, we, you know, we're lucky to have two guys that are young and growing, and that are going to be good Chiefs.
Bye.
Andy, Tershawn's tackle on fourth down, how much does that reflect broader growth that you've seen in him this season?
Which one was that?
Turk, Tershawn?
Yeah, Turk. You know, Turk's is one of those guys. Nobody practices harder. Nobody works harder than Turk. And he's not the biggest guy, but he's very he's physical and very strong. So, and has a great lower body for playing inside there, and utilized all of it. So, along with his quickness. But I would tell you, from where he came from to where he is today, there's been a lot of work that's gone into it by him, and persistence, and it's paying off for him.
And just the defensive line in general, obviously a lot of things had to go right on the goal line stand, but the interior line, I mean, maybe it's self-evident, but how much are they responsible for making that
Yeah, absolutely.
stand?
Yeah, no, that's a big part. It starts there. You know, they've got to handle their business there, and then the linebackers and secondary, they all fill their gaps and have to do that job. But I mean, it was our D line. It starts with them.
Similar question to Nick, just what kind of unique challenge does Todd Bowles present you guys?
Yeah, Todd, who I've had the privilege of working with, very, very intelligent, and played in the league a long time. He's got a great feel for defensive football, and he's got a variety of things he can do with it. So he's sharp, and he gives you a lot of different looks. Go ahead. Did you? Yeah.
Is it a small thing to change your schedule from, moving the game to a Monday night? Is that a minor thing, or is that something that you normally would like to kind of have even more notice?
Yeah, we kind of work through some of those things in training camp, different scenarios, a Thursday game. And this year's a little different because we have games all over the place, but Thursday game and Monday night games, we kind of maneuver our schedule there to kind of fit this, so the guys are a bit used to it. So I would tell you, no, it's normally the back end of it that's a little bit tougher. Front end, you're okay. It's at the next game, as far as it's a shorter prep time. So you gotta look ahead, which we don't like to do. So.
Andy, we're getting close to the halfway point of the season. From your perspective, what do you respect and appreciate most to what Patrick's done so far this year?
Yeah, again, he's been playing great football. And you look back a couple years ago and teams would show you shell coverage, and he had to kind of get used to that whole deal. Now he sees it, handles it, gets it to his guys, gets the ball out of his hands. He's a great player. That's what, and he manages everything there. So it's like having a coach on the field.
Sam?
Andy, you knew coming into this year that the way teams would beat you guys, having won the last two. Obviously, the Raiders had a lot of intensity in that game. What have you just thought about? Because I know there's a long way to go, but the way that you guys have responded to that part of the challenge.
Sure. Yeah, no, I thought that was great. That was a great game, great atmosphere. Both teams came ready to, fight, and that's it led to that, which was tremendous. Great for the rivalry thing that goes on. So, and so, you know how hard the guys work at this. You know how hard the coaches work at it. You want a challenge every week, and that's what you want. I mean, let's go. Let's see what we're all about, and it won't be any different this week. This is a good football team and one of the better teams in the NFC. So it's we've got to make sure we have a great week of preparation.
Last one, Neil.
Coach, how sweet was it to get your tight end involved? You've gotten the other tight ends, but to get number 87 involved in the way you're able to do that?
Yeah, the last few weeks we've been able to get him in positions there where, and really where teams weren't doubling him as much. So, and some of it was the multi-formation that we were using in there that helped that. Some of it is Noah, just his production levels up, and you put both those guys in the game, and you got to be aware of them. So it's been great though to get him going. He's one of the great ones, and you might slow him down a minute, but not for very long.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right, good.
Thank you.
You played against Josh Uche last year with the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
What do you remember about him? What's your sort of game plan for him?
Yeah, I mean,
Starting for?
yeah, I think obviously, I mean, a great pass rusher, someone that can really get to the QB, especially in those pass rush situations. I think he does a great job of playing hard the entire time too, which is sometimes you get guys that kind of take their chances in their spots and stuff like that. But he's a guy that gets after it every single snap he gets, and so I think it's a great addition to an already great defense. And I think his specialty will be able to really be emphasized in this defense.
As you're able to integrate DeAndre more and more, what do you think that might do for the downfield passing as you go?
Yeah, I think whenever you're able to put him in there, obviously we're going to be able to hit some throws down the field, but I think hitting him kind of over that medium to long range is going to open up other guys down the field and take pressure off other guys as far as eyes and coverage. And so whenever you got, I mean, really two guys, when you talk about DeAndre and Trav, that are all kind of working in that medium type range in the football field, it opens up the deeper throws because teams have to account for that.
What's the challenge been like for you with the injuries and just different people in the room when you guys are trying to work yourself through making all that stuff happen?
Yeah, I think the challenge comes more throughout the week just because you're putting new guys in different positions and asking them to go out there and execute. But once you get the work in throughout the week, I think we've done a great job of executing on game day and hitting some of those throws. I mean, obviously, it's forced guys to have bigger roles than we expected early in the season. But at the same time, I feel like guys have kind of accepted the challenge, and that's why we've been able to win the games that we've been able to win.
A lot of plays where it seemed like you sort of planted them through and made up your mind pretty quickly against the Ravens. Is that a result of something you were working on?
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's just having a good game plan. We had a good feel for what they were going to do, and guys were getting open. And so I gave guys chances to make some plays. And when you play a defense like that with the type of pass rush that they have, you have to get the ball out on time. And so we did that this last week, and now let's build upon it. Let's obviously continue to do that, but let's get back to throwing some of the deep passes and then running the ball as well.
Andy mentioned the fact that for a lot of teams playing these shell coverages that a couple of years ago you might have had to sort of read and react to it, but that you're seeing it quicker. How much is that helping you? And I just wonder if you agree with that assessment.
Yeah, for sure. I think when I was younger, I wanted to throw it deep every time. There's good and bad to that, and so I think more than anything, it's just finding that right balance of still pushing it down the field, but at the same time taking what's there and moving the chains. And I think we've done a great job of that. And I think as we've started to execute better in the red zone, we've been able to score more and more points. And so we're going to continue to just work to get better, and we want to be playing our best football by the end of the year.
With the knowledge that your defense is such a strength, it's been that way for the past 2 years, has it changed a little bit of your offensive mentality even still, just maybe even slightly more conservative in a sense?
I think I don't want to say more conservative, but definitely once you get a lead, you know that defense is going to get stopped. So we want to go in and score as many points as possible. I'm not going to act like we don't want to score, but in certain situations where we might have pressed the issue and try to force something to make something happen, knowing that our defense can get stops and that we can punt and we can get the ball back in a better type of position on the field, it speaks to the entire team, and I think that's something that I've kind of evolved throughout my career.
Patrick, the WNBA is looking to expand. As a reporter that you met with the WNBA, talk about the importance of trying to bring into Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we want to get basketball to Kansas City in general, and then WNBA and the success that they've had this last season and these last few seasons. it's kind of a no-brainer. I mean, to try to get a WNBA team in Kansas City to this fan base. I mean, you see it if you talk about Kansas, University of Kansas basketball, the Chiefs, or whatever it is. The city of Kansas City is going to come out and they're going to fill the stadium. And so it was cool that we were able to get this soccer team, this women's soccer team here in the current, and they're going into the playoffs now. And you see the support that they have. And so let's try to get a WNBA team in here as well, and kind of that same type ownership group. And they've done the current the right way, and I want to continue to work with them to take that next step and get a WNBA team here.
On that note, the Rawls Business School and study marketing down at Tech. How important is that, or how beneficial is that when you were in the rooms talking?
Yeah, I think just seeing just how business works, it's helped me throughout my entire career. I mean, the preparation when I went to the Rawls Business School was that I was going to hopefully be a athlete, and I was going to be able to know more than just being an athlete and letting someone else handle all my other businesses outside of football. And it's prepared me to be in some of these meetings that I've been in, and I get to see it from both sides as a player and as a owner, or whatever you want to call manager, whatever it is. And it helps me put my perspective and my input into these meetings that I meet with these other leagues, and I can kind of show how hopefully we can make it a great place for owners, but a great place for players as well.
Back to the WNBA for a second. Just can you remind us why it's been important for you to be involved in the Royals and sporting and everything you're involved with?
Yeah, I mean, just because Kansas City is such a great place for me, it's a place that I call home. It's a place that I built a house at, and that I will be for a long, long time. And so I think being involved in the community as much as possible, and I love sports. I know how much the city loves sports, and so let's bring as many sports in here and showcase how great Kansas City is, not only as a city, but the people that are in the city as well.
That's enough in
How
itself.
realistic, I mean, it's quick, is the timetable on the WNBA talks? I mean, they seem to want to go pretty
Yeah,
fast.
they want to expand. I mean, just like any other business, you have to kind of pick and choose how to expand. You want to expand as fast as you can, but you want to do it in a way that's profitable for them, but also good for the players and the quality of the sport. And so, obviously, you've seen this last few years, the WNBA has really grown. And so we feel like Kansas City is a great place to continue that growth, but we have to battle with other cities to prove why we can sustain and have a great franchise here.
Establish that this is important to you. How far do you foresee your ownership ventures or investment ventures going in sports? I mean, do you have any broader plan right now, or you just will keep moving it?
No, I wouldn't say a broader plan, not necessarily. I think more than anything, I just know how much sports has given to me. And so whenever I'm done playing football, whenever that is, and I have to venture off into life after football and chasing kids around and everything like that, I want to be able to still be a part of it. And so obviously it started early with the Royals, then sporting, then the current, and now hopefully we can get this WNBA team here. And it's for life after football, so I can still make an impact in all sports. And then at the same time showcase to my daughter that she can follow her dream and go out there and execute whatever that dream is.
Patrick, Jody Fortson shared that he tore his ACL on Sunday. You've known him for 5 years now, I guess. How tough is it to see a guy like that you've been around to go through yet another tough injury like that?
Yeah, it's extremely tough just because you know how hard he's worked to get back from the injuries that he's had in the past, and he's such a good dude. I mean, he'll do whatever to be on that football field. He's one of those guys you're like, go block the middle linebacker. He'll go block the middle linebacker. He'll do whatever it takes to help your team win, and so you feel terrible. I mean, in the locker room after kind of somewhat getting the news, and you don't know for sure, but you kind of know, and you see how much it means for him, and it means a lot for us for him to be out there, and so. Obviously, it's terrible news, but at the same time, I know the human, I know the person, I know he'll continue to fight back and give himself another opportunity to get back on that football field.
Patrick, I know you're not entirely happy with some of the stats this year with the interceptions. The last few have been really kind of out of your control in a couple of ways. On your maturity level at this point, how much easier is it for you to deal with things like that than maybe it would have been 5 years ago when
I think more than anything, when we win, it doesn't hurt as bad. I mean, obviously, I want to be perfect. I want to be great. I don't want to put our defense in bad positions like I did the other day. But at the end of the day, I want to win, and however we have to win the football game, I'm good with it. If that's scoring a lot of touchdowns, that's not scoring touchdowns. If that's running the football, whatever it is, it's playing defense to win football games. I just want to win at the end of the day, and I think we're doing a great job of that.
Why are women's sports so important to you to
Yeah,
state your.
yeah, I said it a little bit. I mean, I think first, I mean, it's just a showcase to my daughter, who I believe loves sports so far. I mean, it's everything we do. She wants to hit the baseball off the tee. She wants to play soccer. I want to show that she can follow her dreams and make an impact in this world, and whatever that dream is. And then as I've met players and women from other sports that I've kind of been around, including my wife, and show that they didn't get some of the same things that I got coming up as far as the resources and the facilities and stuff like that. So I want to give them those same resources, those same facilities, and you've seen it with the Current. Whenever you give them the best of the best, they go out and perform at an even higher level. And so I'm excited for the playoff run we're about to have with the Current, and I want to continue to work in women's sports as long as I can.
Okay, thanks, Patrick. All right, guys.
Maybe this offense this year is not exactly the way you guys were probably planning on it in June with the injuries and things, but you guys have been running the ball, interior line. Has that been fun for you guys to have that success?
Yeah, definitely. We enjoy it. Whenever our names get called to run the ball, it's a lot of fun, and we take a lot of pride in it. So proud of the guys so far and how we've ran the ball, and just continuing to improve on offense is the goal right now.
What kind of challenges did you see with a nose tackle like Vita Vea in the run game?
Yeah, I mean he's a dominant nose guard. He has been his whole career. He's one of the best in the league, and he has been since he's been in the league. So he presents a lot of challenges, and he's a fun guy to play against.
You guys knew coming into the season that other teams were going to give you their best shot. Just wondering how you guys have embraced that challenge. Was that something you talked a lot about in training camp, just knowing that this was coming?
Yeah, whenever you win the way we have, you're going to get everybody's best shot. So we've been prepared for that. We know every game's going to be a dogfight, and we've kind of embraced it. And just for us, it's been taking it week by week and focusing on the opponent, focusing on the schemes and everything they do.
How do you sort of keep yourself mentally prepared for something like that?
Yeah, you just got to take it day by day. Don't look too far ahead in the future. Just focus on the present and control the things you can control, and don't worry about the things you can't control.
That's probably a message you've gotten for 15 years or so. Is it different here, that message, than maybe anywhere else you've ever been, where it's all about today and one game at a time and all that?
Yeah, it was something that we talked about at OU too. Whenever I was in college, winning 4 straight Big 12 championships, you're going to get everybody's best shot in the Big 12. So it's kind of something that I've heard since college, and especially when you got here, you're winning Super Bowls, you're having the success that this organization has had. It's just the same message. Take it day by day.
What's impressed you most about what Patrick's been asked to do this season and what he has done on the field so far?
Yeah, he's been awesome. He's the best quarterback in the league for a reason. And he's done a lot of good stuff, a lot of clutch moments already this year. So just watching him work and continue to work, grow relations with the newer receivers, things like that. It's been really good to see.
What jumps out to you when you say he's the best quarterback in the league? Like, what makes you say that?
Yeah, I mean, he just has been for a while now. He's got that competitive angle to him that he always strives to be the best. He's always working to be the best. He's very detailed in what he does throughout the week, and it shows up on game day.
Does it change anything, especially this season? It seems like he's moving around a lot more, keeping plays going and running. Does that change the offensive line's approach at all?
Not really. You have Pat. You don't really know where he's going to be on every drop back. So he's going to continue to make plays happen, keep the ball alive, and everything like that. So our job is to block our guy until we hear the whistle. So that's our big focus, is staying between our guy and the ball carrier, no matter what. And you do that, good things tend to happen, especially with a quarterback like him.
Pro Football Focus has you, Joe, and Trey on their all mid-season all-pro team. Excuse me. Not talking well today. What does that just mean to you guys as a group, that the way that you are playing right now? What's been the last couple of years leading up and building this?
Yeah, being with those guys for the past 4 years, I feel like we've built a lot of continuity and a lot of chemistry across the line. And I think it's a testament to how well the whole group works together, and how we prepare day to day and week to week. And you got guys in that room that are very good at getting ready throughout the week, prepping, doing all that stuff to make the game as easy as it can be for you. So they do a great job, and it's been a lot of fun to play with them.
To an earlier question, Andy likes to do a lot of different things. How cognizant do you and your guys have to be of just not getting downfield too fast, just considering there are so many different lateral type looks?
Yeah, for us, we do it play by play. Just understand the concept of the play and what can happen on the play. Obviously, you got some like Travis whenever he kind of gets it out there, but no, really for us, it's just focusing, understanding schemes and concepts, and understanding what we're trying to get done with the play, and playing off of that.
You guys had to play smash mouth football and win. Do you feel confident enough that you're physical to be able to do it?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I said, the guys in the room take a lot of great pride in that, and they've done a great job so far, and we're going to continue to build on it, and just continue to build everything on the offense. And I feel like we're improving each week, and I think it's coming along great, and I think we're going to start seeing some really good results soon.
Sam, and then we'll do last couple.
Creed, what stands out about the year that Trey's had? Like, what makes him so tough for a defensive lineman?
Yeah, well, first physicality. He's probably the most physical lineman in the league. He loves getting after guys, putting guys on the ground, getting after them. So just probably just the physicality that it brings, and also the mental prep that he does throughout the week to be able to see things as it's happening, before it's happening. Pre-snap, post-snap, what's happening, all those things. He does a great job with it, and like I said, he understands schemes well and concepts well, and what we're trying to do against the defense that's given to us.
There's been a few plays where he has pancake guys and seems to really go through the whistle to do it. Like, what's that like rewatching that back?
Yeah, it fires us up, and it makes everybody else play with that much more of an edge. When you see it on the film, you see your guy doing that. It's kind of infectious. It makes you want to do it too, and it kind of turns into a competition to see who can do it the most on the field. Trey usually wins, but it turns into a competition, and he just does a great job. He brings so much energy to the room and gets guys fired up, so it's a lot of fun to play with him.
Thanks, Creed.
Yep.
Thank you.
Joshua, welcome to Kansas City. How did the trade process kind of all come about for you? How did you find out about it, and what were your initial thoughts?
Yeah, Sunday came around and they told me I was a healthy scratch. You know, that kind of was a telltale sign something was up. You know, I kind of didn't want to look too much into it, but the following day I got a call from Elliot Wolf that I had been traded to Kansas City, and from there things kind of picked up really fast, and now I'm here. So.
What was your thoughts when you were going to the Chiefs?
I'm playing with Patrick Mahomes, Chris Jones, Andy Reid, Travis Kelce. I'm playing with some of the greatest guys in the league right now, and just trying to get in where I fit in and help keep this thing rolling.
Joshua, can you give us a sense of what the view of this team and success recently is from the outside?
Yeah, I mean, I remember playing Kansas City last year, and we had to bring our A game. I mean, just so versatile in all phases, special teams, defense, offense. So there's so many different threats and weapons on the team that you just got to prepare for.
What about you, Joshua? Did you hear anything about Coach Bags before you got here?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's one of the legends in the league, you know, just from all the different schemes he runs, blitzes, pressures, you name it. I mean, yeah, he's definitely a legend around the league, and I mean, seeing him up close and personal day in, day out right now is like, I don't know, it still doesn't feel real just yet. It'll hit me soon, though.
I know you're a vet, and it's been said that it takes a little while for them to pick up his playbook. First looking at it, what do you think?
Man, yeah, it's a lot, man. Yeah. You know, that's what makes him so great. You know, he brings in smart, tough, dependable football players that can pick up and absorb a lot of information. So, you know, I know it's my first couple of days in, but I'm working the best I can to absorb all the information.
Joshua, I know you haven't practiced yet, but do you feel like you can play Monday night?
I'm doing everything I can to be out there. You know, at the end of the day, that's a coaching decision. So just doing everything I can to be prepared and ready to go to help the team win.
Based on your conversations with Steve and some of the defensive staff members, how do you feel like you might fit into what's happening here in Kansas City right now?
Yeah, they just want me to do what I do best and do what I can to help the team win, whether it be special teams, defense, whatever it is, you know. And that's what I'm going to do.
Joshua, how would you describe your game and how it fits into the Chiefs with what you've seen so far with that?
Yeah, pressure, you know, applying pressure. And just doing my job as well. You know, I think that's what it boils down to, and just operating within the framework of the defense. And like I said, you got some of the greatest guys in the league. Chris Jones, you got Karlaftis doing this thing. My guy Mike Dana. You know, just trying to get in where I fit in.
What did you know about like observing from afar about Chris Jones and George Karlaftis? Just you've seen them in the game.
Yeah, Chris Jones is a problem. You know, that's one thing I think we could all unanimously agree on is that he's a problem. And, you know, Karlaftis and Dana and Menahu, everybody, everyone plays so well together. They mesh well together. And they're even greater guys, like, inside the meeting room. So, just excited to be here.
What do you think it does for your pass rush? What do you think it does for your pass rush game, just knowing that Chris Jones is going to eat up players a lot of times, leaving you one-on-one?
I mean, listen to what you just said. Yeah, I mean, you got to pay attention to him. He's a problem. Like, I don't know how many times I could say that. So to do the best that I can to kind of, I don't know, help alleviate some of that pressure, or just, you know, find my role and play it the best that I can. So
we're going to work our way across the room. We'll go Nate, Todd, Sam, Adam.
Joshua, can you explain just how difficult the season had been for you before the trade and what it means when a team is trying to win a Super Bowl and they believe you were a part of the equation that may help them get to that goal?
Yeah, being in New England for 5 years, you know, obviously I didn't have the results or the outcomes I wanted, but I went back to New England. You know, I love the coaches there, everyone there, and just trying to do my best to help, you know, keep the ship afloat. And obviously there were some things that I wanted to get the most juice out of the game that I possibly could. And when I got traded, or I heard I was getting traded here, I was excited. I feel like this scheme, this team, this organization is definitely going to help me maximize my potential being 26 years old, and I'm just excited.
You mentioned Mike. You guys crossed for 1 year at Michigan, right? Have you been buddies? You stay in contact? Is he one of those guys who you've been friendly with?
Yeah, I got his jersey in my locker when we played, you know, Kansas City last year. We had to get a jersey swap going, and just I remember being back at Michigan, Mike coming in and put up like 5 plates on the bench, and just one of the strongest guys I know. And I'm just excited to be back paired up with him. So
You guys played together just 1 year, right, in college?
yes, sir.
Did you see this kind of career for him when you guys were together? Did you feel like he'd be a productive NFL player?
Definitely. From day one, I mean, bro, his long arm, like, that's one of the, when he locks that inside pec out, I mean, it's over with, good luck, So, you could see that from day one, man. So.
Thanks, Joshua.
Thanks,
everyone.
Yep.